New tool coming at you. It's the Draft Buddy, what I'm calling it, MLB DW Draft Buddy. Changing the names of some of these documents to say MLB DW for MLB Data Warehouse. So anytime you see that in your Google Drive, you know that's for me. This one will help you through your draft. It's mostly meant for roto categories leagues, but does work for points leagues, as you'll see. This is kind of just a tool for you to type your draft into as it goes. And I know if you're in like a 1 minute per pick draft, you're probably not going to be able to do this. But if you're in a slower draft, or if you can type and keep up with it, it's a pretty helpful thing. So what you'll do here is, the best way to learn about what it is to show you. So first thing, basically you're going to type your draft into here, and then you're going to see standings and stats update in this tab automatically. But the first thing you need to do is, since this is what you'll get access to here, you'll only have read access to it, which means you don't want to use this one, and you won't be able to. And if you could, you'd be messing it up for everybody else. So you want to make a copy of it or download it. So you can download to your own computer if you want to use your local Excel install like that, or you can just make a copy and use Google Drives, Google Sheets rather. So yeah, you just name it whatever you want there, and then you hit make a copy. It'll go into your Google Drive, and then you'll be able to take it and run with it. So what you'll see here is as you type in names, the projections come in. These projections are here. Do not touch anything in here. Don't mess with anything here. You'll screw it up. That's why the red color is there. You don't even have to look at these tabs, but these are where the projections come from. They are an aggregate projection from all the different systems. So I didn't just use my own. I used the other main systems as well. So you have a pretty well-rounded projection here for each player. And what that does is then, since it puts the projection here, then it can take team one and sum up all the stats as we go. Okay, so that's how it works. So you don't want to edit anything on this tab either, unless you really want to do. If you want to use some other categories, then you'll have to kind of copy and, if you have an OBP league, you can just move this over here. Just do the same thing with OBP as you did with average here. But let me explain this a little bit more as we go. So let's just get some data here. I have the ADP file here. So let's just copy in. Just imagine the draft goes as the ADP goes. All right, so one thing to note real quick, very important actually, is that if you don't type the name right, you're not going to get any projection here. So if we left the junior off of Tatis, we get straight zeros. And I tried to help make it clear where those are happening by putting a red X over here. So keep an eye on that as you're filling it out. I even like to zoom out a little bit. So if you see that red X, that means the name isn't right. It should be pretty obvious that this just needs a junior, but if you don't know what's going on, you can come in here and search for Tatis and then see what his actual name is here, and then you can even just copy and paste it in and you'll be okay. So here now we have 10 rounds of the draft in, and the tracker is updated with everything. This is kind of ugly at the top, but this just calculates everything. It sums up all the projections. It does batting average calculation. And important to know here that it works how it should, in that it sums up hits and sums up at bats and then divides them here to get 274. If you take the average of all your players' batting averages, that won't be exactly right, because some guys will have more at bats and less at bats with weighting and stuff there. So if that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. But just know that the batting average projection is done how it should be. And then down here I use, well, notice that the points here too, I use this like a standard points league scoring system there, but this will just sum up the total points from hitters and pitchers, and you can kind of track where you are there. So team 10 here, running away with it. For roto leagues though, this down here does the roto calculation. So if we look at team 4 has 175 projected steals, and just to show you exactly where that is coming from, pretty obvious, but kind of maybe interesting to see from an Excel standpoint. These are the players on this team, and if you sum up these values, it's 175, right down there, look bottom right, and that's that 175. And then down here, this table, it ranks that according to based on the rest of the league. So 175 puts him in first place, which gives you 12 roto points. You do that for all the other categories, and you have your total over here. So right now, this team is in first place, or second place, team 10 down there is at 76 points. So the way to use this is that if I'm on the clock now, say I'm team 1, I guess would be next, right? If I'm team 1, I'm trying to follow along. I say I'm doing okay. I'm near the top here, but I'm only, I need some strikeouts, wins. I probably need a starting pitcher or maybe I'm okay in steals and average, and maybe a power hitter or maybe another starting pitcher. So that's where you can go after that. So pretty helpful. Projections are always obviously going to be wrong at the end of the year, and they're not perfect, but it's really important to build a balanced team, and this will help you do that. So cut here, but in recording it, I realized that I was going to just be able to show you how to convert it into a 10-team league from the 12-team league default here, but I realized quickly that that was more complicated than I wanted to explain. So I just went ahead and added, and you will have seen this already, I guess. By the time you open this, these tabs are already here, so the video you watch won't have those, so we're kind of skipping around in time. But now there's 2 tabs for 10-team leagues as well. So if you're in a 10-team league, just use these 2, and a 12-team league, just use these 2. If you're in like a 14, 15 team league, let me know, I guess, and I'll see if I can make another one, but that will require kind of redoing this again. I don't want to have like 12 tabs down here. So there you go. 10-team league is here, and it works just the same. It's just you'll see only 10 teams here, and then the picks are shorter and whatnot. So that's it. If you see any troubles or have any questions, reach out. Hope this helps.